Temple of Mythal, Solas.
Why should those ruins please me, Enchanter?
Now you know the elves were once a mighty nation.
I always knew, Enchanter. The Temple of Mythal is just another reminder of what was lost. You at the Winter Palace, Enchanter.
I am pleased that such engagements are enjoyable for everyone. Even those with no grasp of subtler social interplay might enjoy the pageantry.
It is all pageantry, Enchanter.
Isn't everything? If you wish instruction in proper magical attacks, do let me know.
I will. Perhaps you will direct me to a circle mage who does not front-load her barriers.
For a servant at the Winter Palace, Solas.
Such mistakes are opportunities in disguise. Nobles say things around servants they would never say to Cassandra or the Inquisitor.
Yes. Anyone who wishes to play the game learns to use her servants effectively. Although I am surprised to see an elven apostate catch on so quickly.
My apologies. I shall try to live down to your expectations.
Excellent job of spellcasting without any concrete knowledge of technique.
Your rigorous training lays a solid foundation true. It also creates boundaries, limits, where none need exist.
I do prefer to have boundaries between myself and the demons, my dear.
Of course. You endure the harrowing, where your circle teaches you that all demons attempt to possess you.
Not at all. Many of them simply want to kill you. I suppose you would claim otherwise.
Why should I? You would not believe me. You have learned your lessons all too well. Enslaved by demons must be quite vexing, Enchanter.
Not at all, darling. You clearly have an exceptional gift for the Fade.
You flatter me.
I'm far more surprised you haven't been murdered by terrified villagers wielding pitchforks.
Yes, packing all the mages into towers and threatening them with Templars certainly kept them safe.
It did, until a rogue apostate destroyed Kirkwall's chantry and started a fight most mages did not want.
Your circle was a tightly clamped lid on a boiling pot. It held for a while, and unless you looked inside, it all seemed fine. Then everyone feigned surprise when it finally burst.
If the circle is such a failure, what would be your solution? Would you have your fellow mages live among the people, unguarded, unwatched?
Yes.
And when they became possessed, or used their power to harm?
I would kill them. Magic is more elegant than a blade or a bow, but a murderer remains a murderer.
So you alone would pass judgment, repay murder with murder? Or do we open this up to mobs and vigilantes? If you're going to dispense justice upon violent mages yourself, you'll need eternal life and omniscience. If only there were individuals dedicated to finding and eliminating such criminals. Perhaps they might help.
I am certain they would, until black and white distinctions perverted their simple minds.
Inspiration, Solas. Free of the constraints of the Circle, they have shown that they need no oversight to guide themselves. But then they behaved rather atrociously. What a pity.
I never claimed mages should be above the law, Enchanter.
No, darling. You merely implied it, while offering no viable suggestions for improvement. Solas, but a word of advice?
Oh, I look forward to this. Go ahead, Enchanter.
You set your coattails on fire with that last spell.
Perhaps what you perceived was merely a figment of the Fade.
I would not claim your familiarity with the Fade, but I recognize fire when I see it, darling.
It did go out eventually. It was not worth mentioning.
Not for you, perhaps. He has his own magic. He draws from the Blight. The artifact he carries is elven. And now he uses a demon to create a false calling to fool the mages.
The false calling was Blight magic. The demon merely amplified its power.
This ancient magister is like a man drinking from 3 wine glasses at once.
And one of the glasses is poisoned.
To be back at the Temple of Mythal. Some powerful magic yet remains there, if it can be trusted.
For once we agree. Many relics were lost for good reason.
You explore the Fade to ferret out such secrets, do you not?
When I awaken each morning, all I have with me are those secrets. The power at the Temple of Mythal is tangible, potent, and far too easy to misuse.
We are not so different after all, my dear apostate. We both believe magic must be limited safely.
Only a fool would ignore such a stark reminder of the destruction of an empire. We may disagree on many things, Enchanter, but neither of us is a fool.
You are too kind.
You may miss your freedom when you lock yourself back up in some tower.
Imprisonment is largely a matter of who holds the keys.
You so often come out on top. You play the political games brilliantly.
A compliment, although you speak it as a curse.
You could use those skills to improve the lives of your fellow mages. Instead, you have done nothing save consolidate your own power.
What if keeping my power might in fact improve the lives of my fellow mages?
You honestly believe the world is better off with you setting its course?
I need not be in the spotlight, but after watching others try and fail, why should I not have a turn?
Then, Enchanter, I leave you with the greatest curse of my people, Durtharamar.
What rustic elven curse is that, apostate?
May you learn.
Solus. So much knowledge and so little personal history. I find that peculiar, don't you?